One of the tests that we do for our patients that we really want to stress on is the cardiodynamic study. This is the machine that does the cardiodynamic study. And how is it different from an EKG? Well, you have to look at the report to kind of see the difference. An EKG is the electrical tracing of the heart that comes out. And this EKG only detects previous heart injury. So if you had a heart injury, it will show, but it will not predict the future. And that's why you hear the story that people coming out of a cardiologist's office with a normal EKG and boom, they have a heart attack right at the door as they're leaving. And the reason is they had the normal EKG. It says that you had no problem prior to the time the EKG was done, but it doesn't predict that how soon an event can happen, and it can be as soon as you walked out the cardiologist's door. So that's kind of, to me, kind of an inefficient, inadequate study. And what we do, therefore, is the cardiodynamic study. How's it different? The cardiodynamic, in addition to the EKG, it gives you the heart rates, systolic pressure, diastolic pressure, and the mean arterial pressure. That information is available to cardiologists by doing blood pressure, but it gives you additional information. It gives you cardiac output, how much blood is being pumped out of the heart. It gives you the stroke volume. Each pump, each squeeze, what's the volume coming out of the heart? And then, most importantly to me, systemic vascular resistance. Okay, how hard is the heart pumping in order to maintain this pressure against a wall? Okay, resistance is a wall, so a person can have normal blood pressure and have a heart attack. You hear that all the time, normal blood pressure without a heart attack. Why? Because the heart is working so hard to keep that pressure normal. And it's the workload on the heart is so tremendous that a person can have a heart attack. So as you can see on this patient, the blood pressure, I won't read it out, you cannot see from there. Systolic 125, diastolic 66. Oh, great, right? I mean, somebody has that kind of blood pressure, would be great, good health. No, look at this. Look at his systemic vascular resistance. You know, it hit the top. It hit the top, meaning it broke the machine, okay? It went beyond what the machine can tell me what is the maximum resistance. Okay, so that is important to me, and that means this patient had severe arterial sclerosis, thickening of the artery, so severe that it's creating a lot of resistance. Imagine a pipe that is very, very narrow in its lumen, and it's a plastic pipe that you water your lawn with. Well, the water will shoot very far with this pipe, because the pipe, even though it looks big, is actually very narrow because of the plaques in that tube, okay? So very severe arterial sclerosis, it tells me that, which an EKG cannot tell. And it tells me the left cardiac work, and that's getting more scientific, but again, work is the workload on the heart. It's also, it tells me also that information. So that's why the cardiac output test is a test that I like to rely on to predict any cardiovascular events in the future. And so to this patient, I will say jokingly that, hey, congratulations, you got great systolic pressure, great diastolic pressure, but if you get a heart attack as you walk out of this door, don't blame me. I'm predicting that right now.